NewsBiscuit. Real fake news.
Welcome to NewsBiscuit, the UK's original fake news. NewsBiscuit, less welcome than an Ofsted inspection. I'm your host, Wrenfoe, and I'm joined by two people that make the Met Police look ethical. Chipchase.
Hello, hello.
And Paul L.
Hello.
This month, we have the first signs of spring. The banks are collapsing, the government is in turmoil, and thanks to global warming, all the bunny rabbits are on fire. And that brings us to our first round News in Brief, where our panelists select their favourite headlines. Paul, what do you have for us?
Anne Summers shop displays knickers at half-mast in tribute to founder. Sacked cushion maker has nothing to fall back on.
Hey.
Yeah, very good.
A bit of a longer one. A local monkey is terrified he will be kidnapped after his neighbour has begun acting softly. Apparently, Mr. Monkey said the fella next door has clearly been doing his research and found out the best way to catch a monkey is the softly approach. He wants to kidnap me, working on the theory that if you give one monkey a typewriter, give many. So I'll start again. He's working.
What are you giving these monkeys, Paul?
To write a better script for you.
Yeah, exactly. They're teaching me how to read off a bit of paper.
Softly, catchy headline.
Softly. Anyway, on we go. We'll plough on.
Yes.
We have no other option. Woman who is dating a footballer thinks he's a keeper.
Hey.
Yeah.
You love a pun.
Yeah.
Well, we do. After the first or second one, by the third or fourth, you notice our reactions are much more sort of groaning at that point.
Last one. Hidden passage in Great Pyramid thought to be original gift shop.
Chipchase, what about you?
Science fiction film wins every award, everywhere, all at once.
Oh, yes. No. We get the gag now because it's just won the awards. In 6 months' time, that joke's not going to work at all.
No,
Chipchase.
it's not. No, it doesn't.
Is I went to see it with Mrs. Wrenfoe,
All right.
and I really loved it. She really hated it. But the great thing about it is every subsequent award ceremony since then, I get increasingly smug. She has, and it's great. It's just like, well, I was right, and here's an award ceremony to prove it. More marital arguments to end with that. And, let's see who last put the bins out. And the Oscar for.
I'm glad the podcast you've got in the podcast quite early to this time, Wrenfoe, about Mrs. Wrenfoe. It's only been 5 minutes.
My divorce lawyer says I've got to build up a case.
You've got to get it on record, Wrenfoe.
Yes.
How can you do it? I can start a podcast.
Gary Lineker is suspended. And now, in other news, global pandemic, world war, and environmental apocalypse.
I don't think he said anything particularly controversial, didn't he? I mean, he just basically said,
No, he didn't. No.
Perhaps we shouldn't kill migrants like the Nazis would.
Yeah.
Which I thought we'd all be on board with. But thanks to Twitter, there's always a percentage of the public go, how dare you shame Nazis? They were misunderstood.
Well, that's what. So the argument went, how dare you say things that you didn't actually say? You know, which is the thrust of the argument, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. People kind of, they project onto it. Yes. What do you mean we should murder puppies? Didn't mention that at all.
US Secret Service to arrest Trump with special tiny handcuffs.
Oh, poor old Trump. But he hasn't been arrested, has he?
No, he hasn't been nicked yet, has he? Hasn't been nicked.
No, I looked this morning to check because otherwise.
But I heard, and again, I hope this is true because it's proper funny, is he'd set up some sort of crowdfunding thing for his legal fees. I heard that. So he's raised millions of dollars, which allegedly he's now going to keep because he wasn't arrested. I think that's brilliant.
I mean, yes, it serves the people who donated right. I mean, if you think, I'm going to donate to him, and you go, he's took my money. Well, yes.
But there's been a lot of, and I would classify these people as wonderfully sort of liberal, middle class, and probably quite complacent, who've been absolutely loving this week because they've had Boris getting grilled and a rumor that Trump might be arrested. It's like, for them, this is brilliant. This is everything. This is all their Christmas come home.
Yes.
I mean, they don't care really about, to your point, John, about the world collapsing, the environment collapsing. No. But as long as these two rotters get it, they're quite happy. And the Boris Johnson, the whole select committee thing's been mad because all they seem to be reaching a conclusion is that Boris is a bit sketchy as a character.
Yeah,
That he's
yeah.
lazy, feckless, and lies a lot. And I'm going, you didn't need a parliamentary committee
No.
to tell you that. Everyone's been
It's
saying that for his entire life. I think there's even a school report that says, I'm
Yeah.
not exaggerating, there's a school report from Eton that says, yeah, he's a feckless little shit who lies.
Yes.
And you're going, this is not news. This is not information that was new to us. And the select committee, the whole thing's cost like £1 million to do to reach a conclusion that the village idiot would have reached 40 years ago.
We're two old biddies in Uxbridge, and reports said, "Oh, he is a bit of a rogue, isn't he? You know, will you vote for him? Oh, he is Boris. He is, but well, he's Boris, isn't he? You know, he's just got this kind of bumbles and babbles and bluffs and blusters, and you know, people think it's very endearing for some reason.
Well, there's a complacent kind of view that, you know, someone who breaks the rules is not going to be liked, but actually there's an awful lot of us who go, yeah, come on, break some rules. I like a bit of cheeky. I like some blue, a little bit of blue for the dads. That's kind of where we are with Boris.
It is,
And you've got to understand that you know, someone who's, you know, a little bit naughty is much more interesting than someone who's perhaps safer but blander. Be honest, would you rather have a pint down the pub with Boris or with Keir Starmer? You immediately go, oh, definitely Boris, because I'm gonna have some stories to tell from this. The way he sexually abused the barmaid, classic. But you're gonna at least have a story. Whereas
UK government phones must tick-tock-toe the line.
Oh, that is a hard one to say.
Yeah.
Tap, 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 tap.
I wouldn't have even attempted that one. That is very good.
Yeah, and I like this one. Rwanda offers safe haven to defeated Tory MPs in 2025.
The Rwanda thing, because obviously you've got the photographs of Suella Braverman, haven't we?
Yes.
In Rwanda, laughing her head off.
Yes.
Again, her personal photographer must be really taking the piss.
Yeah.
There'll be other photographs of her where she's not laughing like a maniacal Bond villain, but they're going, yeah, we'll use that one for the press. You're like, oh, what a shit. But the general point seems to have been, or she was making, was that look at these places these people are going to stay in, and they do look actually all right.
Nice.
And look at Rwanda, isn't it beautiful? And yes, Rwanda is incredibly beautiful.
Yeah.
But it still seems to forget the point that that's not where these migrants want to go to.
No.
I mean, there's lots of beautiful places around the world, but forcing me to go to them is a whole different kettle of fish. Really.
Is it only 200 people they want to send? Did I hear? Is that they only got 200 places? Or that initially? I don't know. Seems all a bit crazy.
Although Keir Starmer's line is, we'd do it, but we'd just do it better. And I'm not even sure. What's that? How do what's better? The huts would be nicer. I don't know. Our next round is True Biscuit, where a panel has to guess which is a real headline and which is a fake one. Chipchase, we'll start with you.
Okay, let me have a look here. Crying makes you feel happier, say scientists.
What makes you feel happier?
Crying, boo-hoo.
Crying.
Or, crying as in boo-hooing makes you feel happier, say scientists.
I always cry after sex. As to the people I'm with. So crying makes you feel, well, yeah, okay. I mean, it's cathartic. Doesn't it release all sorts of kind of, I don't know.
Tears.
Tears.
Yeah, tears.
Yes,
Water.
I was going to say toxins, but they actually, you're right. The word is tears. It releases all sorts of tears. And if you don't release those tears, your head swells up and it explodes. Is it like, is it blue balls? Is that the one where you? Is that the urban myth where your testicles
really couldn't
swell?
Say. I think
blue balls is something else.
Is it? What's the one where your genitals swell because you haven't had sex for a while?
No. I thought when you haven't cried, that was called blue balls.
Well, that's the line I've been saying to my wife.
Yeah,
I've been saying.
I feel I've been leading a sheltered life.
I didn't hear about blue balls till well past school age, because it's the sort of thing you imagine.
I've never heard of them.
But you suffer badly. Now you have to put a name on it, you'd be able to go to the doctors. But yes, no, it was kind of like an urban myth. I think it's designed by men to persuade women to have sex with them because if you don't, I'm really poorly and my genitals will explode. I'm assuming that. Why did we get onto this? I'm assuming tears are the same thing. That if we don't cry, our balls blow up or whatever. Yes. I mean, but I assume the thing that makes us cry doesn't make us feel better. It's just the physical act of
The
crying.
moot point, isn't it? Moot point.
Because, like, your parents dying isn't going to give you a lift, or if it does, you can't get them to do it each week.
That's where it
It's
falls
a
down.
one-hit
doesn't
thing.
it? If it is a theory, it does fall down. Yeah.
I'm not too sure they think this is the reveal. It is the scientists. I mean, we've discovered something.
Yeah. They've probably been had a grant to fund it. Funded for about £2 million to do this for about 2 years, I suppose.
Eating stops you feeling hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah.
Well done.
Some of these research bodies, you think, just research the bleeding obvious. It's just...
And is there then? But I mean, is it all crying that makes you? I mean, I'm saying, does it have an ever decreasing? If you haven't cried for a long time, but then you have a cry, or it's a bit of a relief, and Paul's blue balls are kind of go away, or is it one of those things where if you're constantly crying, you're getting very little in the way of a kind of a hit back?
Don't know.
Of pleasure.
Haven't got enough.
You just bought a headline, haven't you?
It's just a headline.
You've just bought nothing.
Well,
You're like the scientists. There's no evidence backing this shit up at all.
I'm being inscrutable, just, as this is my topic, I have to be inscrutable. Did you get blue balls in the wood anyway? Nice carpet of blue balls this time of year in the wood.
Blue balls in the wood. I'm just
going to look at the lovely
skipping through the blue balls in the wood. You just see all these men just lying on their backs, all frustrated.
Yeah.
Isn't there a spirit called blue balls?
There might be.
A spirit?
Yeah, like a drink.
In my head, I thought there was some sort of mythical fantasy creature called blue balls.
I thought it was an obscure character from Lord of the Rings, actually.
Yeah, or Pokemon.
Don't go visit blue balls today.
Yeah. Well, I think it's time. Shall I reveal it?
Well, blue balls.
Not the blue balls, no.
No, it's for Paul to say. I mean, I'm just here to arbitrate.
Okay.
Oh, yes, yeah.
I have to say it's true because I believe it's true.
Paul is correct. Studies suggest that crying stimulates, as you said, the production of endorphins, our body's natural painkiller and feel-good hormones.
And the same goes for blue balls.
Blue balls as well.
Yeah, people who are tuning in right now who are feeling unhappy, you've got two options there we're giving you.
Or both at the same time.
Both at the same time.
Yeah. Buy one, get one free.
Well, thank you for that one. Right, Paul, what's your...
Right. Plans for a floating hotel in Swansea on hold after boat sank. This is the boat which could have become Wales' first floating hotel, sank 12 miles west of South Stack near Holyhead.
It sounds more like a solution for refugees, doesn't it?
Final solution for refugees. That's what that felt like there, Chipchase. Yeah, she'll be fine on the hotel. It's fine. Take it out. Suddenly, glug, 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 glug.
Yeah. Why are these rats running off it?
Yeah, Suella laughing maniacally at the end of the pier.
They bought the boat, and the boat they were going to use sank before they could do it.
Wasn't the Trotter brothers, was it?
The idea was, the person who said it said, there's nothing around like that at the moment which can cater for excursions. So we're going to be quite niche. I mean, it's going to be even more niche now.
Yeah.
Well, I can believe that hotels exist. Yeah. And that someone would want to have a hotel on a boat. That's not beyond the realms of possibility. That someone would want to stay in Swansea, I think, is unlikely.
Is it like, you're not actually staying in Swansea, you're staying on just out on a boat. So
so is that like plausible deniability?
Swansea adjacent.
Yeah, so when people say, did you have a nice holiday? And you can actually look him in the eye and say, yes, I did, without having to admit to the fact it was in Swansea.
They've not quite given up on the idea yet. They've put the plans.
They've got a crane.
How many fatalities do they need to have?
Back up again?
We've put the plans for the floating hotel on hold, but we've not put it totally to bed yet.
Said a salvage expert.
Yes.
That's the thing now. They could do, trips, as Chipchase said, trips down to see the wreckage.
Wait, can you imagine that, though? You stay in the Hotel Mark II, and they take you down to look at the wreckage of Hotel Mark I. And you're going, I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'm petrified.
Yeah, Kit Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio could make a film about it, couldn't they?
Just one more bit of information. Would have created 12 full-time jobs.
Oh.
Not now, obviously.
Well, those people are dead.
Yes, unless...
In fact, it's made 12 new jobs, actually. 12 new jobs have opened up.
Yeah.
There is a job available for a ship's captain. That's the one job.
They should have filled that one first, I feel.
I'm going to go true. True, I think.
Okay, Paul.
It is true.
It obviously wasn't
tipped over
designed to kind of withstand even modest amounts of waves,
No.
which is really worrying about the design that went into that.
Yeah.
I mean, probably a blessing in disguise, really.
Oh, we
That's
hadn't
what-
thought about making it waterproof. I didn't realize it would be waterproof. You didn't say that. We
we're gonna
just
fix
ensured there
it.
was a shower in every room. Chipchase, do you have another one?
Hotel offers a £15,000 a night stay to the person who stole the most outrageous thing from it.
And is this the Swansea Hotel?
That is the same one. It's in a related story.
And you've got to swim down, you've got to steal an item, and
I think that, you go to the hotel and you nick the shampoo and you nick the shower hat and you nick the sewing kit and all this sort of stuff.
I'm
do,
sorry.
Do you, Chipchase? Do
I'm
you
sorry,
indeed?
Chipchase.
I'm sorry. That is a
Paul and I are
confession.
looking outraged.
That's a confession.
And you skip out without paying the bill, and you shit in the bed. Yeah,
Hang on,
come on,
I've got lovely dressing gown.
Chipchase.
Yeah. It's rumored that people do that, isn't it?
I've
Or
heard that people steal stuff.
Yeah, and they see, a nice glass in the pub and they go, like that, sort of stick it in their wife's hand.
Steal stuff from the pub as well. What's the matter with you,
the bar,
Chipchase?
the bar.
Just see a thing and nick it. What the hell?
Yeah, I'll just, I'll swipe
Kids, if
anything
you're
in.
listening at home, this isn't what
don't
you're
do
supposed
this.
to do.
Don't do this. It's catharsis for me.
No,
I was
wonder,
told to confess.
no wonder the economy's in trouble. Chipchase
Yeah.
isn't paying for anything at all. He's just stealing
No, I'll
everything.
just whip it.
Not to dob my mum and dad in, but they do have a lot of blue Radisson towels from somewhere. It's very confusing. And you do look like you're in a hotel bathroom.
Have you been carrying that with you for a while now, Paul? You feel that you've now,
Yeah.
the honour of your family has been reclaimed again now that you've outed those two criminals.
Exactly.
I've even heard of someone stealing the trouser press.
Oh, really?
They disconnected and took it apart. And
I heard somebody disconnecting one. Yeah.
Because you can't steal
But who needs a trouser press? I've never needed my trousers pressing
No.
in my entire life.
My dad used to have one. So
Oh
my
yeah,
dad
I bet your dad did with the towels.
it now makes sense.
Yeah.
In a previous life, when I used to be in sales, then I used to use a trouser press when I went to the hotel from time to time. Handy bit of kit, and it's good if you get a toasted sandwich late at night. You haven't got a way of heating it up; just bung it in there.
Melded into your trousers.
Because
That's how I like to eat my toasted sandwiches off my groin.
That's the sort of thing. That's the sort of thing that Heston Blumenthal would do, wouldn't it? Today's recipe is toasted sandwiches in a trouser press.
or boil soup in the kettle.
Yeah, boiled soup in the kettle. That's another one.
Oh,
Or try and move stuff in the
famous.
mini bar without getting charged for it.
Yeah, you guys have got quite a few little tips. haven't you? Yeah, you'd love this
The
hotel.
thing is,
then.
if you move your bottle of water at £6 a bottle, a klaxon goes off behind the reception, so you can't get away with it. You have to pay up. That's the problem.
So pulling it back to the original story, which I've only got a tenuous
What was
grasp
it? I
of.
can't remember that. Me too. Well,
something or something.
So,
I
so
think-
yeah,
well,
there was something, hotel, something, and after that we were lost.
Well,
It
let-
was
let
you
me
get a
elucidate-
reward for stealing stuff from
I
the
think
hotel.
it was
Is that right?
yes. I think the gist of it is that some hotel knows that people that we've referred to swipe things, and possibly as a publicity stunt, they were going to offer a 15,000. It's big. It must be a plush hotel if it exists. They're offering somebody a £15,000 stay if they can prove that they nicked something, the most outrageous thing that was ever nicked from their premises.
Isn't this like a honey trap or whatever? Isn't it just
Yeah,
kind of you
turn off-
stealing stuff? The hotel saying, "Yeah, come back and bring it back to us." And there'll be a reward, all right.
And then inspector with Claude of the Yard pops up and says, "You nicked sunshine."
And they're saying you get a £15,000 stay. That's probably
Yeah.
the cost of what it is to be in prison for a year. That's what they're talking
Yeah, it's
about.
probably what it is. Yeah.
Yes,
Could be
it's
that.
in Wormwood Scrubs, your £15,000 stay, and
Yeah.
it's longer than you wanted.
Actually, I've been in Wormwood Scrubs, but it wasn't as a punter.
Oh, you're making this clear now after your
yeah.
whole litany of stuff that you've stolen.
It
Oh,
wasn't connected to any of my confessions that I just made earlier. No.
I was just visiting someone who took the fall for you.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, paying them off. You'll get those when you get out, son. Don't worry.
All the shower caps you could ever want. Okay, well, I mean, I could guess. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not. But what would be the? Just talking now. What would be the most expensive thing you could literally?
Well,
steal
I
from a
think
hotel?
we're touching on it. Well, trouser press.
The bed.
Okay.
The bed.
A
Well,
bed, yeah.
well, one, there's a few problems with the bed, Paul. One, I actually don't think the bed is that expensive. And two, how are you getting that out? How are you smuggling that in your overnight bag?
Dismantle it a leg at a time.
Mattress.
Yeah.
Yes, the mattress is big. You're just saying the word mattress. Doesn't make it smaller.
But late at night,
People expect to see you walking around with a mattress today.
Yeah, that's
You're,
probably,
you're ever the sexual opportunist, Paul.
if you
I
just
carry my own mattress on
If
the
you
other
did-
chance.
if you just shout, sorry, if you shout mattress inspector and come through the lobby with it.
Over your shoulder, yeah.
Is that how theft works? I'm the gold bullion inspector. Oh, go on, pass through.
Because you can't nick the kettles anymore because they're plugged. They
Hardwired in. Aren't they?
hardwired into the wall.
Oh my God, what kind of crappy hotels are you two going
Yeah.
to where the kettles are hardwired in?
Yeah,
I'm sure that's
Yeah.
not a thing.
it is.
I expect Lenny Henry's house is full of stuff.
Are you guys in Borstal or something?
Yeah.
Feel sorry for the security guard because they've just doubled his work.
Yeah, and then some. And yeah, can you legitimately stop anyone, or you just have to just accept it? You know, anyone walking out with anything, you just go, "Oh, that must be part of the thing."
That's all right. It's mine, mate. As a guy shoulders a mattress out the door. Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah, Paul. Right, okay. Okay, well, Paul, then is this a true or false thing? Is this a
I just think it's bad hotel management.
yes, that is.
Yeah.
Ever the practical slant in these comedy podcasts, Paul.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I
Yeah.
like about you. You
That's-
just cut through the laughter,
Yeah.
straight to the sheer logistics of it.
So I'm going to go for that reason, for the logistics of it and bad management. I'm going to go false.
Prize was only available to the person who returned the quote most outrageous item ever stolen from the hotel.
Oh, so it's like an amnesty.
Yes, yeah, a Nick and amnesty, yeah.
Oh, there's probably parts of the British Empire that should try and do that with the London
Elgin
Museum.
marbles.
Go, yeah.
Elgin marbles.
We'll give
You
you a
know,
prize if you give us back everything.
As an aside, and I'm ashamed to admit that I thought the Elgin marbles were just that when I was younger. Marbles that you played with.
Are they not similar to the blue balls?
Yeah, I think so. The blue ball statues, I think they are.
Oedipus's swollen testes. There's a phrase you never hear. I think I may be the first person who's ever said it.
That
Isn't that
could be a
wonderful?
Google whack. That could be a Google whack, couldn't it?
This vision of this hotel that's actually been completely asset stripped over the years.
Yeah.
It's just almost like an empty sort of car park.
Yeah.
Everything's been stolen, the bricks, the mortar, the whole lot's gone. And now out of desperation, they're just saying, can you just bring it back? We'll give you a prize. We'll let you stay in the presidential suite, which we haven't even built yet because it's been nicked. Paul, have you got one more?
I have. Search underway for mountain lion who clawed man in hot tub.
Okay.
Which,
Now, is the hot tub the natural habitat of the mountain lion? Because I think the clue is the word mountain in his name. If he was a hot tub lion, yes, I can imagine.
Makes
him
sense.
doing that.
Yeah. And what was he doing in the hot tub?
Were they in the hot tub together? They're having a good time,
Yeah.
and then things just got a bit heated.
Bit out of hand, yeah.
Yeah.
there was the couple, which is not the man and hot tub, a man and lion. The couple are the man and his, I assume, his wife.
Sorry. So he was in a couple with a woman, and
Yes.
in a jealous rage,
The
his
mount-
gay lover, the lion, took a swipe. No, am I misunderstanding?
I mean, you're reading between the lines. I mean, that could.
Between the lions.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I mean, in the news story, they call it a curious cat, which seems less scary.
All right, well.
Hey, I'm a
Maybe it
curious
was a
cat.
cat.
That's
Yeah.
what I say when I go to swingers parties. They
Yeah.
say, "What are you into?" And I go, "Hey guys, I'm just a curious cat. I'm here to
From the
experiment."
60s. Brought in from the 60s in the time machine.
Yeah, because you can't use your real name in them orgies, can you? So the mountain lion, the curious cat, they're all
Chipchase, that sort of thing.
But they always recognise Paul and his mattress.
Comes equipped, ready for the job.
Not very anonymous. There's
No.
only one guy who always brings his own mattress. It's that guy there.
Yeah.
and it's a single one
It's
as well,
very
which is
fastidious.
depressing. They shone a torch in its direction. And
Why have
splashed-
they got a torch
Yeah.
in their hot
In the
tub?
hot tub.
What kind of seedy
What sort
stuff
of-
they
yeah,
getting
it's,
up to where they go, yeah, a torch would be really helpful right now. 'cause-
It's a seedy underbelly of what goes on in Croydon.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah, that's
Come
what
on,
it is.
Wrenfoe and
Yeah.
Chipchase, you know every hot tub is equipped with a torch to repel a mounting lion.
And a trident. They've got a big long trident as well for poking it off.
Yeah, they seem to have set a trap for it. I mean,
What?
I know.
What? It's a trap?
Big
No, it's a
laundry
trap.
basket.
It's
So,
learned
sorry,
its
this whole
lesson.
thing's a trap.
No, that would be an elaborate.
We could just need some meat for the mountain lion.
Yeah.
Oh no, he'll see through that. Let's
Yeah.
put 2 people in a hot tub
Yeah.
with a torch, and
Yeah.
then he'll be lured into a full sense of. Well, okay,
I mean,
where is this, by the way? Did
I was
we
going to
say
say, where's your mountain lion indigenous to? Where,
Oh, it's rugby. No, Colorado.
Oh, right.
It's
Well, you do see these things, don't
I
you?
don't
See
think
like sort of footage on TV programs of like grizzly bears getting into people's mailboxes and all this sort of stuff, getting in their swimming
They've-
pool. So
Do they have lions in Colorado?
probably, yeah, Colorado mountains got mountains in Colorado.
Yeah, they only got mountains. Doesn't mean you got lions.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
I've
but
been to the
hey,
Alps, but I haven't seen a
don't I?
lion.
Yeah. I've been to the Himalayas. I haven't seen the Yeti, but still,
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
I didn't
Well, it
think of
hasn't-
lions being a thing in America, but maybe they are a thing in America.
Yeah. Is
I
that
mean-
a cougar? Is a cougar some kind of a lion?
Oh, is it like a small little cat
No.
thing, and they call it a
Oh.
lion because it's a
mountain
so
lion. There is a rationale for the attack. The wildlife manager. So there is an issue with wildlife.
Yeah.
They've got a wildlife manager. What, for the whole of the United States? Just one manager.
As a fan.
You're in charge of wildlife. That's a really big department. No, well, good luck. So there's a reason the lion attacked. They
So
have a
it's-
natural hatred of bubbles. What?
He saw the man's head move in the darkness at ground level, but didn't recognise the people in the hot tub. So he was just curious, maybe a curious mounting lion.
Yeah.
What do you mean didn't recognise the people?
Yeah.
What? Oh, is that Debbie and George there? No,
Yeah.
no, is that Michael and Sue? No, it's
No.
not. I just don't know. I'm gonna go have to look.
It's
And
embarrassing for the mountain lion. It's one of
What
them
did he-
things where you rave to someone thinking it's someone you know.
And then you're, oh, the shame of it. Whose head did I touch? I
Yeah.
thought it was Derek's head,
Yeah.
and I, oh no.
Ah,
What am I like? What am I like?
I think this is true because I've seen these kind of things before.
Hot tubs.
Yeah, hot tubs, people in there.
I've seen
torches,
lions. I haven't seen them together, but I
Grizzly-
assume they must.
grizzly
Yeah,
bears.
okay.
I'm superimposing a grizzly bear on something similar I saw one time. I reckon this is true. This is true.
Were you just bare naked in a hot tub?
Well,
And everyone
really-
said it was just a grisly sight because that's a different
Well, it
thing
was,
there,
yeah,
Chipchase.
hang on. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was that, yeah.
Apparently, it is true.
Right, okay. We've got a little bit of time. So this allows me to do our do tree biscuit.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
oh.
something new.
Go on.
Yeah. The podcast viewers are going, oh, now it's got interesting. Right,
Yeah.
so I'll do one
We're-
for you guys
we're
then.
going
Okay.
Off road here.
Yeah. So here we go. Liverpool stripped of World Heritage status and forced to hand back the Beatles. I need to go to a wee bit more detail. This is one from the Liverpool Echo. This one, Liverpool was indeed about a year or so ago was stripped of its.
I was going to
world-class-
say it was, wasn't it?
It was
Well,
definitely stripped, and it's the point being, because I think it's the UN that hands out the heritage, whatever it is,
Mm.
and I think the UN said the Beatles, because they're so universally loved, they're universal. And Liverpool can't really claim to have ownership of them, despite the fact that that's where the Beatles are from. A bit like Shakespeare. You're not really allowed to claim that, Shakespeare only belongs to a certain part of the world. Shakespeare is universal. And I think that was their point, is that the Beatles, it belongs to everyone. I guess they're not so worried about Cilla Black and Jimmy Tarbuck. I
Anyone
think
who had
the
a heart would be.
UN seem to be feeling, you can keep them. They're on you, they are. But the Beatles, no, you can't claim that the Beatles are from Liverpool.
That seems a shame. I don't know. I think they are from. It's indisputable that they're from Liverpool. So why can't Liverpool keep them?
But they didn't stay in Liverpool for long,
Yeah,
did they?
that's
Because
right.
they did the Liverpool thing. Then, like any person from Liverpool, the moment you get money, you move away. I mean, that is
Well,
the unwritten rule of Liverpool. And
I
then
hear
you
what you're
talk about
saying.
how much you love Liverpool, but you never go back.
I hear
That's
what
the
you-
key.
I hear what you're saying, but then if that's the case, all the blue plaques would have to come down in London, wouldn't they?
Mm.
Well, I
That's
think
all.
there'd been quite a bit of pushback. New York, for example, New York were quite keen
Oh,
to
yeah.
claim that they had John Lennon, and
Yes,
certainly they
did.
definitely shot him.
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
they can
Yeah.
claim to have shot him.
Yeah.
Yeah, And in doing so, he's ours now. That's how the Americans.
Yeah.
That's how the Americans claim everything in the world.
Yeah.
They'll shoot a thing and then go, "Now it's ours." I mean, where do the Beatles now live? I mean, two of them underground, obviously.
Yeah,
they're a bit dead.
Probably globally. I think they've probably got places all around the world.
I think Ringo's in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think all drummers go to Switzerland to the end because I think
Peace and
Phil
love,
Collins
peace and
is
love.
there. I
Yeah,
think it's like
it is, yeah.
it's a Dignitas thing.
It's
It's to
to sort
mash
of-
up between Dignitas and NME.
Yeah, or-
just to get rid of all drummers.
Drummers.
I think Paul McCartney lives in sort of Sussexy, Suffolky.
Yeah, he has a place down there.
Yeah,
I mean, he had a big farm down there.
Yes,
didn't
he likes his farms.
but he's
which
probably got somewhere in Mystique. He's probably got somewhere in LA. He's
Oh
probably got,
yeah,
you know.
but they don't have any farms in Liverpool, so he didn't
No.
want to go back there.
No. Well, see, I think it sounds to me like it's we kicking it around a bit more, or
You're kicking it. Oh, I bring you these things, these gems from the internet, and you're just kicking it.
no.
Chipchase.
I mean, ought we to discuss it further?
So we just shoot it in the head and
Yeah.
put it out of
Put it
its
out.
misery.
Let's just say this hasn't worked, Wrenfoe.
Don't do it again.
Yes.
You know your place. You're the
Yes,
host.
you're just the host. There's
Yeah,
no
leave this to
talent
us.
there.
Yeah,
Off
yeah.
you go.
You're the man who
All right.
twiddles the knobs and points the cameras. You know,
Gosh. God dear.
John Sullivan, you
Nasty fast. Right, okay, then. Let's get some answers then.
I think it's false.
I think it's false. Right.
For the podcast, all we got in long pauses. For those
Sorry.
who could see the video footage,
Yeah.
Paul's face, he was going
I
through an
was.
awful lot there.
Yeah.
There was
Wow.
the whole
That-
gamut of emotions from A to B.
That was more emotions than I felt for a
Yeah.
while, actually.
Yeah.
I might have a cry.
Yes. Release the blue balls.
I think yes, it's true.
Yes, it's true. Right, I can reveal it didn't feature though in Liverpool Echo. It featured in the pages of NewsBiscuit.
I thought it did.
Ah.
I recognise the headline.
Finally, we reached the magic 8 ball.
The magic 8 ball.
Each of our guests is going to give us their predictions for next month's news.
ERG Group added to WWF's list of endangered species.
UK public to put clocks forward to sometime in the future when things are better.
And that brings us to the end of the episode. And I can reveal this month's winner is Gary Lineker, not for championing free speech, but for selling a truckload of crisps. And I'd like to thank our guests, Chipchase
It was a pleasure.
and Paul L.
Thank you. Goodbye.
And I leave you with these headlines. Incompetent drummer is bang out of order. Government shows how unlike Nazis they are by swiftly and ruthlessly silencing dissent. And finally, Lilo enthusiasts deported under new small boats law.
You've been listening to NewsBiscuit, free to read and free to write for. We accept submissions from any budding satirist, young or old. Visit newsbiscuit.com to submit headlines, stories, and to support new writers.
NewsBiscuit. Real fake news.
I was been editing through a load of kind of proper old NewsBiscuit stories for the archive and everything recently, and this stuff goes back to like 2013, 2014, and the amount of bitching and moaning we were doing back then about, oh, life is terrible in 2013 and 14. Oh, it will never get worse. Because I think, was it 2015, 2016, David Bowie died. And everyone on NewsBiscuit was losing their shit. They were like, this is the worst thing that can happen to mankind. And obviously there's COVID just waiting there in the wings going, yeah. Oh, has Chipchase upgraded his camera
Look
there?
at that. That's professional.
That is, we're getting him in HD.
Yeah. And a pop screen.
Is that a slightly nicer camera that you've got there?
Yes, there's
Yeah, no, we're appreciating that. I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, I get a nicer camera if it was a better looking guy. I'd say definitely,
Oh, come on.
definitely invest in that.
somebody actually gave me this. Something else I did. Said, oh, do you want to? I've been using a scabby little one on the laptop, which looks like you're looking through a mist. And I've never really used one. Yeah, send it over. I plugged it in and thought, Jesus, I don't really want that,
Yeah, there's a sort of sliding scale of cameras, but they
Yeah.
seem to go from one extreme to the other. The low end of the spectrum is obviously you look like it's a kidnap video.
Yes,
And-
exactly. Yeah,
And you expect to hold up a newspaper with today's headline on it.